And so what's the expectation we can mention over here, and the result we are going to get from here, it will match expected result which you defined here and actual result which will be returned by this query, and will match it. If match, then pass, else it's going to fail. So I want to define that's XQuery, how we can write this XQuery. So first of all, we are running a loop. Loop is required because it's going to return multiple data. So we are running for loop. Here $a, it's a variable which we are defining. So dollar means a variable which I am defining, and this dollar will hold the value, multiple values which will be returned by this X path. So here if we talk about the X path, so here we know like we have a multiple forecast and each of the forecast, and for each of the forecast we have weather ID. So what we are doing, we are picking the text of the weather ID which exists in multiple forecast, and every time the ID which is coming, it will be returned. So first time when this loop will run, it will return 2, next time new value, next time next value. At the end we are going to get this format result. Here this result tag is defined by myself, so you can define any tag. Like you want to define the tag hello, and we should have the same end tag as well. So I have defined the hello here as well. In expected, we have to define the same tag, like I'm expecting my result will become in tag hello, and in between we should get all the data. So in between we should get data which is returned by this query. So I saved it, and here we see it's getting failed because I was expecting on the second place it should be 8, but we are getting 3. So let's try one more XQuery. So first of all, I want to show you XML. So in the XML, that's a get city forecast by zip response, then zip, then forecast result, forecast, and this time I want to match this morning low. Right, so I'm coming here on the XPath assertion that we have created. I want to update this XPath assertion. So rest of the part is same. We need to update, like I want a result in the result tag. So RUSELT, and these are the user defined tag. You can define any of the tag over here. So result and the end tag is also defined in the result. Now I want to refine my XPath. So I'll show you. That's first is the get city forecast by zip response. So namespace get city forecast by zip response. Even the part which we have common, like get city forecast by zip response was common, so we can skip that. Get city forecast by result, so get city forecast by result. Then we are moving to the forecast result. So child of this is a forecast result, and below to it, it's a forecast. Inside the forecast, we need to move to the temperature. Temperature. So NS1, and I want to go to the temperature. So TEM. So that's a temperature. Inside the temperature, I want to go to the morning low. So NS1 colon, it's a morning low. And now I want to pick text. So that is text. So each text that we are getting will be stored in the A, and we are just resulting the A. So every time it's going to get this morning text, every time this XPath is going to get any morning text, because we are going to get morning text on a multiple places because we have multiple forecast. So every time it's going to get, it will store into the A, and we are returning A. As we click on select from current, and we are getting result over here. So first time morning low was 52, then it should be 63, let me check like 61 and 48. So here you can check it was 52, second time 63, and third time 61. So we have the different data, and here you can check like these are first time 52, then 63, then 61 and 48. Like last time I want it should be 51, so I'm expecting like it should be 51. Here we can define expected result. Click on save. My XQuery assertion is getting failed because you are expecting 51 and it is giving 50. So we have defined one more XQuery assertion, and XQuery assertion. So it is failed because we are expecting something else. If we set it 50 and now we save it, so it shows like it's passed because what we expected, we are getting the same result from the server. So that is the simplest XQuery that I have defined here. And now here I want to show you, now I'm going to show you a bit complex XQuery. So as of now, what we are doing, we are just returning the value, and here we are matching. Here the data which we are getting, we can validate that as well. Like I want to validate if $A is not equal to error. So if $A is not equal to error means the result which we are getting, it's not an error, then return pass. I'm giving the data assertion passed, and now I'm expecting else return fail, and here also fail. And giving their assertion failed. A few more updates that I want to do, like it was, so previously I was picking morning glow tag, now I want to pick this description, so I'm changing my XPath a bit, so that is description DESCIP, because it's mentioned DESCIPTION. Now we need now to go for the morning low, so inside the description I want to pick this text. I'm checking if this text is coming error, then it's not coming error, then return pass, return this string, else return this string. One more thing, we need not to mention return over here, we have to mention return only one place, so I'm placing it return. Now select from current, and every time we are getting pass, so I can copy this, and that's my expected. Now expected is that every time we should get description, and in description we should not get error, and here we can check we are not getting the error. So we applied this XQuery on the description tag, we are getting multiple descriptions, we are validating the description should not be error, if not error then result pass. So it's up to us what kind of result we want to get, and whatever the format we are giving over here, we should mention same expected format. So we have covered different ways by which we can generate XQuery, and XQuery is quite similar to the SQL queries. The difference is that SQL queries is going to put on database. Here we are putting the XQueries on XML files. The use of the XQuery is to pick multiple data in a single query. And if you talk about the difference between the XPath and XQuery, so XPath can validate only one tag at a time. But here with the XQueries, we can validate multiple tags. So that's all we have for the XQuery. Thanks for watching this video.